If you are just a normal person, sometimes people don't listen. So better to have sometime a title. So I thought better to have a title. So the best title is having a doctorate in yoga. So then rather than just a J saying something, but when a doctorate person who did a research when say something, people will value it, people will take it serious. So I thought of wanted to have PhD. I wanted to prove, because nowadays teen like you and a younger generation, they wanted to have everything evidence-based practice, or you should explain them why you had to do this. So I wanted to learn. So when I end up learning, it's just reading a book or learning something is not going to make you as a different person. So I thought I wanted to do my own thesis.
Okay.
So I had a background about Siddha Marma, so which is Marma points will in your body will heal you up all the pain and condition. So that and yoga, because yoga we call chakras.
Yeah.
In Chinese they call acupuncture points. Same thing we call in Marma points. So when you do poses or when you do meditation, when you do pranayama, you can activate those points. So the beginners, please take a yoga as your part of your passion. Okay, don't do it because somebody says, or somebody said in YouTube, somebody says in some social media. So just do it for yourself.
Vanakkam, Namaste, and hello everyone. Welcome to the 50th episode of Inside the Minds of Great Yogis. In today's episode, I have a very special guest with me, Dr. Jeyarajeen Sivalingam. Dr. Jeyarajeen Sivalingam is a yoga therapist, yoga teacher, and also holds a PhD in yoga. And not just that, he's also my yoga guru.
Dr. Jeyarajeen Sivalingam, MSc in Yoga, registered massage therapist, Diploma in Manual Osteopath, and certified international yoga therapist, began his yogic journey at the young age of 18. What simply began as a curious call to follow his elder brother to his mysterious yoga class on an early morning in Sri Lanka turned into a lifelong passion and practice of healing, teaching, and serving globally. As a teenager, Dr. J harnessed the power of yoga to conquer the severe physical ailment of asthma that was impairing his life. Then, through practicing with his beloved Guru Arumugam Aiya, Dr. J's newfound purpose began integrating with his lifelong drive to become a medical healer. Dr. J pursued his passion through educating himself in acupuncture, osteopathy, Ayurveda, Marma Yoga, with a recent accumulation in a PhD in yoga from the world-renowned Annamalai University. Dr. J's passion for teaching yoga and for training yoga instructors stems from his own hunger and humility in a constantly educating himself in its glorious practice. Dr. J leaves a mark on his students because he teaches more than just the asanas, also known as poses of yoga. In addition to his extensive education of the body and the impact of each asana on the physical health of a human being, Dr. J brings a holistic approach to yoga to the Western world by effortlessly explaining its relation to the self, to humanity, and the divine. He accomplishes this by explaining the mantras, Sanskrit, yogic communication, and empathetic teaching methods, all while making his classes lighthearted and easy to understand, leaving his students recharged and peaceful.
So, Dr. Jeyarajeen, Master, thank you so much for being here with me. Vanakkam. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you for joining me today, Master. So, I want to start off my questions by asking you, how did your journey of yoga begin?
Okay, so first of all, I have to thank to my guru. My guru name is Arumugam Aiya. He's from Sri Lanka, Colombo. So my yoga journey started back in 1999. So after I finished my high school, we had some holidays time. So there's we had to wait for the results to get the high school. So at that time, yoga, I don't know anything about yoga. So back in the time, in 1999, nobody knows much about yoga. Maybe in Western world they know, but in Sri Lanka, I was in Sri Lanka at that time. So even you search it in Google, you don't get much results about yoga. Yeah. Just a few people know about yoga. So as usual, as a teenage, I was very eager to know what is yoga. So my brother started his yoga class 2 days ahead of me. Okay. So he introduced me to my guru. From that day onwards, still now it's almost 25 plus years his journey is going on with all the blessings of my gurus and parents and all the gods.
Thank you for sharing that, Master. 25 plus years, that is impressive. So now I want to come into the next question for you, Master. What inspired you to start your own studio?
Okay, so after I started yoga, so initially when I begin my yoga journey, it's not easy. Okay, as a teenagers, people think, oh, it's maybe good flexible body, good things they can do it, but teenagers' mind is very hyper. But my body is not that flexible. I used to do a lot of sports, so I have a lot of stiffness, but I had some conditions called like a wheezing, asthma. I cannot breathe deep. So I used to suffer from that problem. Even I cannot continue a lot of my other sports activity due to that breathing problem. Then after started yoga, I noticed within 3 to 4 months, I able to feel a lot of difference. After complete 6 months of my yoga practice, no more wheezing, no more asthma, no more those conditions. Still now I'm living in cold weather, winter country in Canada. I don't have any problem about cold weather or the conditions. Back in the time in Sri Lanka, even the rainy days, little cold time, certain months, I used to get a wheezing. So since I got the benefit of yoga, so my guru asked me to start teaching when I was in late teen. So I started my teaching that time. All the students maybe elder than me, and they started to encourage me and appreciate my teaching. So then I was a chartered accountant student. So I'm studying my chartered accountancy, and also I used to study. Parallelly I studied my acupuncture and Siddha Marma. So after came Canada, I used to work as a accountant. Then my career is going as an accountant, but here and there I sharing my yoga knowledges in a few places. So we rented a small place where people wanted to practice yoga, but every time when we rented the place, it's just a space, but it's not a space that we wanted. So slowly then we moved to this place. That also we leased initially, but with the blessing of Babaji, all went well. So the thought to have it's like we manufacture, like all the students, we wanted to have a space, our own space. Then we can have a lot of classes, anytime we can have a classes, and also we can do other activities like doing bhajans and doing kids class, doing some positive activities and some spiritual activities. If you have a space, then you can plan anything. If you don't have a space, it's very hard to run. So I think it's all the students encouragement and well wishes. It's end up starting on studio.
That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that with me, Master. So the next question I have for you is, what were you able to gain from yoga?
So as I mentioned, is like I would say like more than the gain, I lost a lot of things by practicing yoga. Those things are angry, like when I was a teenager, I used to get short temper, short angry for everything and anything. So my mother used to worry about my emotions. So after practicing yoga, I lost that. So nowadays I don't get anger or irritations. So I have let it go my egos. Okay, normally everybody has some kind of egos, but I used to carry that with me a lot of time. If anybody says anything about me or negative, then it's having disturbing. But nowadays doesn't matter, good thing or bad thing, I'll just leave it to God. So I lost all these negative thoughts, anger, bad emotions, bad thoughts. So that is my gain. Losing or lost something, I would say is my gain in yoga.
Thank you for sharing that, Master. Very unique there. The next question I have for you is, what sparked your interest to get a PhD in yoga? That is very impressive, firstly.
That's when I started as a teen, the first thing my gurus ask questions after a few months, what are you going to do in yoga? So everybody's answer something. They say I want to become a teacher, I want to do. I was just that time my mind is I'm thinking about something. Suddenly he pointed me and asking, Jay, what do you want to do in yoga? I don't know. I just randomly throw answers, say I wanted to do the PhD. That time there was no PhD, no yoga university. That was the first university, then created later. It's called Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusansthanam. It's SVYASA. It's a deemed university. Then only they started slowly, little bit yoga, BSc, MSc. Now most of the universities have a PhD. Maybe I just throw the wish to the universe. It's a universal wish. Oh, my guru straight away say, oh, that's a good thing, God bless you, one day you will do a PhD. He positively answered. He didn't laugh or nobody's laughed. So everybody said, oh, you're going to do a PhD. So after that, once I end up doing classes, teaching to others, I started my BSc, then MSc. Slowly, I think it's a blessing. It allowed me to go. I wanted to have the maximum, because most of the yoga teachers, they have experience of practicing or teaching. It's called guru tradition, from guru. But only few people have a educational knowledge in yoga.
Yeah.
So I wanted to prove, because nowadays teen like you and a younger generation, they wanted to have everything evidence-based practice, or you should explain them why you had to do this. Scientifically you had to prove. So I wanted to learn. So when I end up learning, it just reading a book or learning something is not going to make you as a different person. So I thought I wanted to do my own thesis.
Okay.
So I had a background about Siddha Marma, so which is Marma points will in your body will heal your all the pain and condition. So that and yoga, because yoga we call chakras.
Yeah.
In Chinese they call acupuncture points. Same thing we call in Marma points. So when you do poses or when you do meditation, when you do pranayama, you can activate those points. So I had an idea. I wanted to bring a new things to the world, like how every new thing started somehow. Nowadays people talk about many new things. So somewhere it should be created. So I wanted to start a combination of yoga and Marma. So rather than talking about that, let me write a report, thesis. So I ended up doing a research with 90 people. It's
Okay.
experimental research for knee pain and hip pain, how yoga and Marma yoga is working. So the research the result is amazing. 83+% had a positive after doing Marma yoga. I mean, yoga poses especially focus on the points.
Okay.
So then, so I thought always in Tamil solluvinum, epporul yar yar vai keppinum, aiporul mepporul kanbadari. If you're saying something, you should have in that position to say.
Yeah.
If you're just a normal person, sometimes people don't listen. So better to have sometime a title. So I thought better to have a title. So the best title is having a doctorate in yoga. So then rather than just a J saying something, but when a doctorate person who did a research when say something, people will value it, people will take it serious. So I thought of wanted to have PhD.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Master. And it's your knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
Even when I was a student with Master, he was very knowledgeable, and a lot of the things that I learned in his class, I was able to gain a lot. So thank you for sharing
Thank you.
that, Master, and congratulations once again on
Thanks,
the
Swati.
PhD. So I would like to come into the next question for you, which is, what are some yoga asanas seniors can perform?
Yeah, so seniors, like not every seniors not same. All the seniors are not same. Some seniors, they are very active, they can do most of the poses. Some seniors, they have some conditions or they have some problems and weakness in the body. So it depends on individual seniors, they have to plan. So it's better they have to go to the yoga teacher and they assess themselves, and the yoga teacher can give an idea. But commonly I would say when you get all aging, it's better to take care of your joints and to strengthen your muscles. So you can do some the good poses to activate your joints. So it will stretch up or it will ease your joints stiffness and tightness. Also it helpful to muscles to relax and release any tightness. Some poses will strengthen your hip areas, knees area, shoulders area. So as for the Canadian health requirement, they want seniors to prevent from fall. If there's any senior, any condition, if they fall or anywhere they got any injuries by falling, it's going to be a cost lot to the health Canada, as well as cost for them also, because if they broken the bone anywhere, it's going to be, they cannot do their daily things. They need to be a dependent. So everybody wanted to be independent. So take care of your joints. So you should be learning about more balancing. Either you support with the wall or support with anything, wall or anything or table or chair. Learn more balancing asana. Learn more hip stabilizing asana. Then you can walk easy. You can climb stairs. You can do your stuff. So just to keep you generally to be active, do choose the poses. But everybody is thinking seniors may only they have to take care of the body, especially they have to take care of their mind, because older age you have so much of emotion. You're thinking about later part of the life. Maybe you're missing some families and kids and everywhere here and there, so your loneliness will come and hit you. So better you do a lot of meditation, prayers and breathing is very important for them to circulate a lot of good pranic energy, oxygen. They can have more healthy and they can have a good sleep.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Master. So now I have some rapid fire questions for you.
Oh my god.
And the first question I'd like to come into is, if you had one word to describe yoga, what would it be and why? One word.
In Tamil we call tripti. How to say in English?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction, yes.
Yeah. And why? Can you explain what is the reason?
It's give you the to start to accept everything as it is. So whatever you have, you will accept. Even you get little pain, little here and there health, you will accept it, because that's for my body. It's a concept comes called karma. You good thing or bad thing, everything is you have to accept in your life. Once you started to everything you accept, there is no disagree. So you will agree everything. Then there's always acceptance bring satisfaction. Whenever you not accept anything, you're not going to be satisfied. Oh, my job is not good, my work is not good, my health is not good, my family is not good. You accept, you satisfy with everything what you have. So yoga will bring that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. And the next question I have for you is, why is yoga important for one's mental health?
Oh, nowadays is the biggest challenging of mental health. Okay. Everybody talking about financial crisis and interest rate, but not that. Mental health is the most important. That's the one is taking care of your well-being. Okay. Maybe you may know it, many people know it, but I will share a quick story.
Yeah.
There's a person is on 7th or 7th floor. He's doing whitewashing. He's painting in another country. He fall down from there and he got 61 fracture in the body. Okay, 61 fracture. But after 4 weeks, he's whitewashing to the 8th floor. Because if we get a one fracture, we just 3 months we are taking leave, we say pain, we cannot do nothing. 6 months, 3 months we are suffering. Or one person is fell from 7 stories, but then it's next 4 weeks he's going back to work with 61 fracture. It's your mind. When you have a positive thought, it emits the signals, it produces some chemical reaction in the body, it can fight against most of the things. So once your mind is strong, you can fight for many things. That's what you learn from all these Paralympic disabilities games and stuff. See, people without in hand and leg and just doing all the activities with all the limbs good, we may not able to do many things. It's your mind. So the mind is important. Once your mind is health, you can take care of many things.
Well said, Master. And even for like some of us, like we complain, we have everything, but a lot of us are complaining that we're not able to do this. So it's important to have that acceptance, as you mentioned there.
Sure.
So thank you for sharing that. And the final question I have for you is, do you have any advice for beginners to yoga?
So the beginners, please take a yoga as your part of your passion. Okay, don't do it because somebody says, or somebody said in YouTube, somebody says in some social media. So just do it for yourself. Think about your health. Okay, think about how many people is dependent in your family because of you. If I'm a father, I have to take care of myself because I had to take care of my family and my kids. I don't mind about my health, but if anything happened to me, what happened to my dependent? So the one's individual health is very important. Okay, so health is a wealth. So for the beginners, don't worry. It says in Patanjali Sutra, Ato Yoga Anusasanam. Now yoga begins. Don't worry about your age, don't worry about your condition, don't worry whether you're rich or poor, whether you have a big belly or not, you are 65 or you're 35, you have work or not. Just start it. It's a blessing. Just start now and let's journey begins. Doesn't matter. My guru, it started his yogas after he's 55. Okay, then he became a yoga teacher and we learn, and a lot of people learn, and I learned from him. Then I completed a PhD. I'm teaching many students and they become teachers. It's just a chain. So don't worry about age, don't worry about your condition. Yoga will make a change. Yoga is like a like a ketchup, where you anything, even though everything is good, when you have something to it, like a chutney, touch and
It's like an add-on.
yeah, you will feel taste. When you yoga have in your life, it will fulfill everything. You feel the completeness when you have a yoga. So for the beginners, don't worry about many things. Just start the yoga. Trust your guru. Stay with your guru. Don't jump A to B and B to C every places. Don't search for many places. Do authentic, traditional, good yoga and be patient. Don't jump straight away. I want to do headstand. I want to do that. And sometime in the beginning, you will get a lot of pains and discomfort.
Yeah.
Because your body is moving, so it will take. So wait for first 3 months and do regular practice. Don't skip and do not find excuse.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for sharing that. So that is the end of our questions. So thank you so much for joining me on the 50th episode of Inside the Minds of Great Yogis. It has been a pleasure speaking with you and having you on the podcast. And I'd like to thank everyone who has yet to listen to the 50th episode of Inside the Minds of Great Yogis. And until next time, I hope you all have a great day. And thank you, Master.
Thanks, Swati. Swati is one of our good yoga students. She finished her RYT 500. She's very dedicated in young age. I know their family from early, and she's very good and very super flexible and good to do poses. She can do many things. I'm so happy that she's doing something. 50th episode is not easy. Sometimes you easily skipped in 5 or 6. You will give up because I don't know how many people watching, how many people listening, but she's still going 55. It's many more episodes to come. It's not easy to do something 55 times continuously. So that is the dedication that comes from naturally. So those kind of people are very good to become a great yoga teacher. I wish to see her in future as a great yoga teacher. God bless you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Master. Thank you, everyone.